Bug Fables, the everlasting sapling is set in Bulgaria, a prosperous realm filled with a variety of colorful adventurer insects. The former queen of Bulgaria formed explorer guilds to search for the everlasting sapling, an ancient treasure rumored to grant limitless power and immortality after eating one of its leaves. That former queen is now in a deep sleep, and her daughter has taken up the throne as ruler of Bulgaria, vowing to retrieve the sapling for her sleeping mother. The premise of the game consists of the three goofballs V, Kabu, and Leaf fetching valuable artifacts mysteriously linked to the everlasting sapling while overcoming perilous trials, ultimately growing stronger as a result of all of their struggles. V is our main protagonist, a headstrong being notorious for making questionable decisions. The last is fond of adventure and won't let anything stop her from getting her hands on the world's riches, although she can be a bit rude at times, always expecting a reward for charitable missions. Her boomerang is used to retrieve objects that can't physically be reached. Kabu is her first partner, and he's usually the one that's thinking things through. He can be best described as honorable, mature, and understanding, as he's always trying to alleviate the conflicts that V stirs up. His horn cuts through tall grass and can push objects. During V and Kabu's journey to Snakemouth Den to recover an artifact for the queen, they meet Leaf, a moth who is known for being blunt. Leaf is also capable of cryokinesis, utilized to both freeze water and enemies to assist with platforming. All three of these lovable characters make up your primary party with teamwork and chemistry nothing short of admirable. The dialogue between these three is infused with a wholesome charm, and it's always a thrill to witness the mess these bugs get into. The simplistic storyline filled with many memorable moments was already great, but this trio of idiots makes it all the more enjoyable. As previously mentioned, V's boomerang, Kabu's horn, and Leaf's freezing are all used during overworld exploration. You switch between them in order to use their abilities, with said abilities making for intricate puzzle solving that adds a lot of fun to your travels. I love the overworld map design, and the trials provoke a reasonable amount of thought in me to solve them, but the boomerang doesn't always operate the way I want it to, as it requires weird angling. It's frustrating trying to get it to work consistently, and it gets annoying fast, to be honest with you. I would have also liked for overworld movement to be a bit faster, because movement in this game is pretty slow. The game is heavily derivative of Paper Mario, yeah, but it incorporates a few things in its battle system that makes it unique on its own. In battle, you can control 3 characters at once, and you can switch your lead by pressing X. The one in front deals more damage, but is more likely to get targeted, creating risk versus reward scenarios that really make you think. All of them can spy, which reveals enemy weaknesses and HP as well. The most vital element in my opinion is turn relay, which allows you to give a turn to another party member. It can be useful in certain situations where you'll need V's boomerang to knock down airborne enemies. By doing this, you'll be granting V multiple turns to attack, and that brings me to our next aspect, exhaustion. When a unit attacks more than once in one turn, they get tired and the damage they deal decreases. So yes, you could theoretically give V 3 attacks in a single turn, but her damage output for the second and third attacks won't be as strong as the first one. Between switching up your party mid-battle and granting turns to specific members at the right time, Bug Fables presents a battle system that stays fresh throughout the entire experience, and I genuinely never got bored of the combat. At the beginning of the game, you get a badge that allows you to enable hard mode at any time for extra experience. It made bosses tough, and although I ended up getting a lot of game overs, I didn't care. I got back up, revised my approach, and I kept trying until I eventually succeeded. The core enemy design in conjunction with the amplified difficulty pushed me to better understand the battle system, and I thoroughly enjoyed devising new strategies in order to take down my enemies. A few other things I liked about Bug Fables include the fleshed out side quest system that grants you lots of neat rewards, the chefs around the world who amplify the effects of your items for free, and the generous full heal spots that eliminate most of the tedium within grinding and backtracking. However, the way EXP is handled is kinda weird. Sometimes I'll take down a tough enemy that dents my party only to barely get any EXP for it. I really wanted to see some type of indicator of how strong an enemy is so I can ascertain whether it's worth approaching or not. Imagine engaging in a tough fight only to ultimately waste your resources, leaving with little to no spoils. Yeah, that's kinda how it feels. Let's shift away from the mild negativity and wrap this up with some positive words, shall we? Bug Fables is a great game, and there's no doubt about that. I loved how colorful the worlds looked while maintaining such a simple art style. I loved the overworld puzzle solving, and I loved the characters and the goofy dialogue, and most importantly, I especially loved the engaging battle system that presented the challenge I was looking for while also being fair. The game gives off a wholesome aura that invokes a smile in you as you explore its universe with the 3 goofballs who go from zeros to heroes. Yeah, you can joke about it being a mix of Paper Mario and Hollow Knight, but I feel Bug Fables has a lot of admirable qualities that make it unique on its own. V's boomerang mechanics in conjunction with slow overworld movement and inconsistencies in deriving experience may prove to be annoying at times, but they pale in comparison to this game's high points. It's fascinating how they were able to jam 30 plus hours of content into a game that I only paid $25 for. Thanks for watching until the end and have a wonderful day, my friends. See ya!